welcome back to my channel. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since I last posted, but now I'm back, and I'm back with a micro trend. Is it a big trend? No. That I've seen on TikTok, and it's about things that I would never buy or never do even if you paid me. But it's the vegan edition, and I have my list here because I feel like the list is endless. So I will tell you just some of the stuff that came up to my mind. Before we start, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, rednote, and subscribe here, please. I would really appreciate it. So first on my list, in the things that I would never do even if you paid me, is going to the zoo. And I feel like zoos are so normalized now, and I went to the zoo as a kid, but I don't want to support animals in captivity. I don't want to pay for their jail time. I don't want to support a system where basically takes animals away from their natural habitat in order for people to see them. It's okay if you don't see a lion in your life. They don't want to see you either. So don't go to the zoo. And also, when I used to learn English in Greece, I had to write an essay, and there was this topic about zoos. I had to write down the pros and cons of a zoo, and I feel like we're so groomed into thinking that zoos are fine that we grow up, most of us, normalizing it. Another one is I would never go to the circus again if there's animals involved. I went to the circus when I was about 4 years old, I think, and I still remember vividly of what I saw back then, which was exciting to see as a kid, but as an adult, no. I would never take my kids to the circus. I would never go again. Even if you paid me £1 million, I don't care. I've been to a circus about 2 years ago, and it was only humans involved, and it was so beautiful, so exciting. People there were so talented, and it's still something that you have to see in your lifetime, but without the animals. It's still as fun and as entertaining as you think it is with the animals. Another thing on my list is buying fur. Again, I have clothes made from animal products, but that's before me going vegan. I would never do it again. I would never buy fur. I would never buy specific boots that have been in fashion for years now, even though I used to have them in the past. But these companies, they skin animals alive. I find it quite gross and quite not classy to be dressed in corpses, basically. It's 2025, and we can have great clothes without them being made of fur or leather. Again on my list is that I would never buy leather again. Yes, I have shoes made of leather. I have a bag that has like a piece of leather on it. I have some leather stuff back home in Greece, but then I wouldn't do it again. Because luxury for me is being innovative, and we can be innovative by finding new types of alternative products instead of using animals. And for now, we can use for leather PU, PVC, mushrooms, apples, cork, and the list goes on. I've seen bananas in the past, and I know that they might not be as durable as leather, but we can find ways to do it. Again, it's 2025. Another thing in my list, I would never buy products that contain feathers. And I have one coat that has feathers, and that's again before me going completely vegan. I was more plant-based than vegan in the past, and I honestly feel bad now. I'm just waiting for my coat to basically go bad at some point, and then I will never buy a new one again. I wouldn't thrift a new one, just no. You can be warm in the winter without that, without the feathers. And also they pluck the feathers from the bird while they are alive. And even if they didn't, feathers are made for animals, not for us. So we don't really need them. Next on my list, I wouldn't buy wool. It's the same as feathers. We don't need it. Yeah, it's warm, I know. But 2025, innovation, same thing. Another thing, I wouldn't buy again non-vegan or cruelty-free products. I know it can be hard to find some products that are not vegan or cruelty-free, and that's okay. But when it comes to shampoos, makeup, skincare, nail artists, you can always find vegan and cruelty-free ones. So that's a start. And they're actually so good. They don't have to be tested on animals because they can be equally good. I would never go to the aquarium, and it's the same as the zoo. I don't feel okay with fish being in a tank, and I feel like people don't care about fish as much as they care about the other animals because they're not as cute and fluffy, but they're so important for the environment and they're so intelligent. And even if they weren't, we should respect them and not put them in jail again. I've never been to an aquarium before, and I used to want to go when I was younger, but no, not anymore. Next on my list is something that I've seen people doing, and I hate it so much, and it's also a thing in London. I would never, ever, ever, ever buy a pet. I don't care if it's from a good breeder, I would never do it. There are so many dogs and cats and whatever animal you want waiting for a forever home. We don't need to buy more animals. We don't need to take part in that. There are so many stray dogs and cats and bunnies and whatever. They're old, they're too young, they lost their moms, they were in an abusive home. And I've seen so many vegans on social media who actually buy their animals, and I think that's unacceptable. And especially this in 2025, I hate it. It's bad. Last on my list is that I would never buy silk. The way it's made is quite cruel, so I would suggest you to look it up. So yeah, I actually didn't think my video would come out as judgy, but the more I was talking about it, the more upset I was getting. If you don't feel completely ready, or if you don't know where to start from, you can always do one step at a time and start, as I said, from cruelty-free and vegan skincare, from not buying leather, and slowly you will see that you're going to choose more and more vegan and cruelty-free stuff. Because once this new world opens up, you will feel the need to look more into it. And it's beautiful and it feels good. So yeah, that was it. My part in this trend, my rant, call it whatever you want. Hope you liked it. Tell me your opinion in the comments and see you next week. Bye!